Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. That instant click. Yeah, y'all. I'm going to tell a story. Y'all know that people know that character from American Gods, Anansi. Yeah, I know. I love that. I love that statement. Like, I'm going to tell a story. That and angry gets shit done. Anyway, right? For those in the DC area or the DMV area, you might be familiar with Audrey Chapman. I think she's still on the air. I haven't checked her show out in a while. She might be knowing her, right? Well, back in the day, my book Nice Guys and Players first came out. I went on her show, right? I was invited on her show. I forgot exactly how I got the hookup because it wasn't like I had a press agent, right? But I was on the show and I showed up, right? And I was there with another author, and ironically, the third person on the panel was a player. He was just a player. He wasn't a pimp. He was just a regular dude. Didn't have any books or anything, but he just had mad game. I think he was like just somebody who regularly called into the Audrey Chapman show, so she invited him on. I was like, yeah, and, meeting him, dude, you could tell he knew what the hell he was talking about, right? But and that was cool when I was on the show. Because when she came in, the show started at 8 o'clock. And, you would think a radio host or something would, get to know you first, show up, get her coffee or whatever. Man, my girl came in at 7:59, took her coat off. As soon as that clock hit 8 o'clock, just started talking. It's like no prep or anything. And I'm just like, this woman don't even know who the hell I am. But it was a hell of an interview, right? But anyway, right? At some point during the interview, we were talking and the word click came up. And, the player dude on there, he was like, yeah, it's about that instant click. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what. And this is for the fellas. Let me make this clear, because sometimes some folks get on here and think, the whole thing of, I'm just talking about men getting black women and stuff, right? No, this is men, regardless of your race, culture, nationality, whatever. This is for men in Indonesia. This is for, men in Saskatchewan. This is for men in Mongolia, in Nepal, right? Wherever you at in the world, right? It's just the same thing, that instant click. Like when you going to deal with a woman, you want to look for that click. And that's regardless of the woman's race, background, whatever. If you don't want to mess with a certain group of women, unless you just going to give up women just totally wherever on the planet, you still want to hook up with somebody. This for those cats who travel overseas, whether it's Eastern Europe or the Dominican Republic. And, you meet a local or something that, you don't have to pay for. Shoot, that click is still the important thing. See, understand something. That click just mean, y'all fit together. It's just natural, right? You don't have to really work at it. You ever meet that person and y'all just talk is easy. You don't even have to think about it. Everything just flow, Everything just flow. Like, people on my private site know I shared a picture of a young lady. Just me and her just met and clicked, right? That was it. Me and her clicked. That's how me and her cool. And the click don't always mean it's going to be a romantic thing, but it just means y'all get along. But in most cases, it can lead to something like deeper. Because one of the most awkward things people have is just really getting to know each other. But the problem with that is they trying to force it. They trying to force it. But see, you don't force the click. Y'all just fit together. And see, if you out there, whether you trying to be a player or whether you trying to just be a family man, you don't got time for this game or anything like that. You just want to find that right woman. It still comes down to the click. And see, because I think a lot of men really try to focus. See, men in general try to focus on making a woman like them. Trying to win a woman's heart, trying to convince her that, he's the one. I'm like, screw that. That's a waste of energy. And I learned that in college with this woman I knew, right? Now, this woman had all these guys trying to give her, they were giving her flowers, trying to talk to her, trying to be with her, trying to make her their woman. But she concerned with this other guy that she just clicked with. So I said, shit, I ain't gonna force anything. And I've actually had some women get mad at me. They were just like, Rom, how come you ain't chase me harder or anything like that? I want you to woo me. I'm like, I ain't feeling you like that. If I'm with somebody and the conversation don't flow, I just don't, I'm like, oh shit, what am I gonna say next? If I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, we don't click. Cause see, that click thing gets past a lot of stuff. That's why sometimes you see like a very beautiful woman with an average looking guy or even ugly guy. I mean, there's so many reasons. I just did a pay-per-view video on the ugly man and stuff, but there's still more to it. Because that click, sometimes people meet, like a beautiful woman or an ugly guy meet, and their personalities just click on that level, right? And that's why sometimes a guy, even if he has money, the woman's like, eh. Or, status, game, or even sex appeal. Sometimes a woman can look at a man and think he's sexy, but, the personalities just don't click. And it works the other way around. How many men have met a woman and you know what? She fine, man. Got pretty face, killer ass body. And y'all just don't click. There's just like that. Let me tell another story. I remember I met this woman. I was selling books at a fashion show, right? And this badass sister came up. She bought my shit, bought the books, got my card, right? And then later on, like I say, a couple days later, she called me and was telling me how much she loved the book, right? All right, I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And we would talk. We actually talked for a good week, and then we made a plan to meet at this poetry spot, right? And it got to the poetry spot and stuff, and she was looking good. She was pretty face. She was tall. She's about a good 5'10", and with me, that's about eye level, right? So she was tall, had a big round body. She's feminine, but it just really wasn't a click, man. In fact, years later, I saw her when I was out with my ex-wife, right? And the woman was so fine. My ex-wife was like, "You didn't hit that?" It's like, damn. That's how you know a woman fine. If another woman's asking you, your woman's asking you, "Damn, you didn't hit that?" Shit. She was like, "If I was a dude, I'd hit it." It's like, it just wasn't that click. It just wasn't. I mean, it is what it is. And plus, I say beauty don't faze me. That I can respect it, but if I don't feel that click, it doesn't work. And see, that's what a lot of women kind of look for. See, that click means you got a closer thing to winning the woman's heart. Because ultimately, that's what you got to go for to get with the woman. It's about that emotion. Like, her real sexuality is not really in her vagina. We always talk about vagina tingles, but that's just one level. And then, some guys try to hit her, logic her into wanting them. And you get some women on that. You get some of those higher octane women who are looking for money or a certain status. But you hit that heart and that extends out. Because a woman's orgasm really starts around her heart area anyway. And then it extends out like a circle. Oh, yeah, that's something for the deep channel. So, but, if you can win her heart, a lot of stuff goes by the wayside. All of a sudden, if you a dude normally a 5, shoot, you get her heart, you look like an 8 in her eyes. As this Japanese woman I dealt with told me, she said, it's just some guys, they just tug on your heart, and that's why I say that joint's universal, man. That joint is universal. You want to just click with her. And see, one thing, if you even look for that click, you get past a lot of bullshit. Seriously. You get past a lot of stuff, because if you don't feel that click, you don't even waste money with it. Now, see, that's how some guys get frustrated, man, because they don't be looking for the click. They just, what she said, damn, she got a fat ass. I just want to hit it and stuff. That ain't a click. That's just lust, man. Shoot. You can't, you shoot, that'd get you in trouble. It's not, you know what? It's not even worth it. But you get that click. Once you get that click, boom. Now, it's not to say you can't get to know somebody and that click happens, because sometimes sometimes you meet somebody and because of the situation it's more superficial. But then y'all get started on a subject, all of a sudden it's like, boom, open up. Now, that's where that mouthpiece comes in, because that's actually how the mouthpiece works. You talking with a woman long enough to find out what the click is. So you always want to look for that joint, man. You want to look for that joint. Now, let me just make a statement, though, because I know there's some cats out there, they don't want to deal with women and all of that. This might not be the channel for you. I'm just going to just keep it 1,000, man. It's just 1,000. I respect what y'all want to do and everything. If that's how you want to live your life, I always tell men to live the best life. But, what I'm getting private messages about is how to get that woman. So I'm going to say, look, this is how you do it, right? So look for that click, that instant click. You know what? It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing because it gets you past a lot of superficial bullshit. And you can really get into a woman's spirit. And you get into a woman's spirit, trust me. You pretty much got her at the minimum, you got a loyal woman for life. Even if you ain't stroking her. And, as I've told people on my private site, and I might have did some videos here, your goal can't be to stroke every woman any damn way. You need a few women on the team whose purpose is to really provide you perspective and counsel. And for those who say, they can't do that, like I said, this ain't the channel for you. But you get some women who really know some stuff and, they got some sense. They can see something you can't. Right? And I know this is a little tangent, but I just want to get this out. Sometimes, especially in business or something, you have an assistant or something like that. You be trying to do something, you turn to your assistant and say, yo, what's up? And they'll be like, yo, this, and this. So that's a good thing, man. Anyway, that's it for today. Talk to y'all later. Peace.